Welcome everyone to the 15th episode of Exploring Aliveness. We're back from a break. Feel like it's been a few weeks with me and Pablo, so a little bit of catch up before we get into it. What's been happening for us? I'll let Pablo go first.
What's up, man? It's good to be back in this with you.
Yeah.
Wow, I think it's been at least a month and a half, if not almost 2 months now, since our last episode.
hmm
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I went to California for 4 weeks and lived an entire life from birth to death. It was just so much experience packed back to back. Yeah. And that could even be like its own podcast in itself. So I'm gonna pin that for another day. So yeah, man, life's been good. Lots of teachings, lots of oh shit, I'm doing that now. Oh, okay, I'm doing that now. Lots of like, oh, of course, yeah, I know where that's coming from. Oh, okay. Um, yeah. Disgust, anger, fear, jealousy, envy, wonder, love, guilt, like shame, like
Oh.
the whole stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it been for you?
Feel like I've been like dropping hints at this for the past three podcast episodes, but um, started seeing a therapist regarding my structural dissociation, started actually looking at it and
Mm,
realizing like, oh my God, there's like a lot here. There's
mm,
a lot of work here to do. Um, and you know, when you look at something for the first time, it's really messy. So it's like it's becoming like really vivid for me when I like switch between parts now
mm,
and seeing like it's like the amnesic barriers between them, or like it's like,
mm,
oh, my brain is actually like filling in memories to make it seem like I'm one person, but it's not. It's happening less, so now I'm seeing myself more clearly. And because I'm seeing myself more clearly, I feel like the messiest I've ever felt in my life.
mm.
But externally, I'm the least messy I've ever been in my life. Because, like, it's like, you know, when you're like first start noticing you're an asshole, you're like, oh my God, I'm really an asshole. But then you start noticing it. So then you stop acting like an asshole externally less and less. But internally, you're like, oh my God, I'm such an asshole. Like, it's
Mm,
kind of that experience, but with my like structural dissociation of like, oh my God, I have multiple personalities and I feel really messy. But externally, I'm more consistent. I'm showing up in a way that's like more in alignment and more like not all over the place for people. Uh,
yeah.
so there's this cool experience I've had over the last 2 months of really, really looking at myself and not, in a way, like connecting with myself more deeply and loving what is actually here instead of to be pretending that my consciousness is what I think normal consciousness should be like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're just meeting yourself where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, it's so fascinating that like I can't really know what's happening with you inside. Like I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And of course you do. Yeah.
You're like from the outside, you're just like, damn, Samek's like really happy and just
Yeah.
chugging along.
Yeah, Joe.
And
Yeah. What a good
yeah,
time. Yeah.
yeah. And then in the inside, it's like, oh, I'm in a roller coaster. Ah! Oh!
I can't wait till someone invents like onboard cameras of our internal experience.
Ah!
And we get to be like, bro, check out my fucking internal experience right now. And you're like, whoa, dude.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool.
Uh,
I feel called to, yeah, I feel called to point out that even though I just like gleaned over for what this last 6 weeks for me have been, they've also had their fair share of roller coastery and vulnerabilities and like, oh shit, I'm like, as you were saying, like when you realize that you're acting like an asshole, like awareness alone starts changing the fact that you're an asshole and you start showing up differently. And I'm like, oh, I really caretake for people and I really make myself responsible for this person's experience or that person's experience. And like, oh, I don't want them to have this emotion and I don't want them to have this disappointment and this and that. And like the only way I can do that is by like losing myself and like unplugging from my body and from my gut and from my truth. And like it just feels awful to do that now. So I'm like constantly seeing how my unconscious is setting up these situations where it's basically asking me like, all right, motherfucker, what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna like caretake for them or are you gonna own your shit? And I'm like, wow, thank you for the lesson. Amen. And this is so uncomfortable and I wouldn't want it any other way. So with you on the outside, it looks like, oh, they're owning their power and like they're speaking. And on the inside, it's like, oh no, not again. Okay.
oh no.
Breathe. All right, what do I want to say? Okay, what's my truth? Okay. Oof. Oh, now I need to apologize. Oh, okay, let's go for it. And yeah, and like the intensity, like breathing and exhaling inside. And on the outside, it's like, oh, this person's just like empowered and living their life. And that's true. And what's also true is that there's a lot of movement happening inside.
Yeah. When you share that, what's coming up is I started a YouTube channel. I have one video where I'm just like, hi. And then the second video, I like went to record it. I had my camera on. I looked at my camera and I just froze. And I was like, what is this? So I was like sitting on it yesterday. And it's like I look at the camera and the question that comes to my mind is how do I win? How do I win? And then the camera is no response, just a fucking camera looking at me.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, but how do I win though? How do I like win your approval? How do I like win this win this interaction with this camera that is giving me nothing?
Total neutral.
Total neutral. And then like the projections, like it becomes so clear. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm losing. It's just I'm freezing. I feel like I'm not gaining the approval, but it's just neutral.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh, what is this approval thing? Like, what is the evidence I'm using to see whether I'm approved of?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like, I'm using the camera as the evidence to see whether I'm approved of, whether my behavior is okay. And I'm like, what? Well, I got no evidence. I can't get evidence. It's a fucking camera looking at me. And that like really made me reflect on like,
Hmm.
oh, I don't want to use the camera or you or anyone externally as evidence for my goodness or my enoughness or my winnerness. Like, I want winning to be whether I listen to myself.
Hmm.
I want winning to be how connected I feel with myself. I want winning to be how much I approve of my own wants,
Hmm.
how much I see the goodness of my own wants. And I sat with that yesterday for like an hour, and then like something flipped, and then like part of my personality came out, and I was like being hilarious for like 3 hours, and then I crashed, and I just started crying, and I was like, oh
Hmm.
my God, I've been caretaking the world, and then I've
Hmm.
been caretaking myself
Hmm.
in that, and life is so much more fun when I don't do that.
Amen. Oh shit. Yeah. Yesterday, I'm like, oh, I was hanging out with some people yesterday, and it dawned on me like, oh, I really love to be perceived as a Mr. Nice Guy. Someone with no preferences, someone with like total stoicism and like unfazed by anything, like super chill and calm all the time, and like super polite and agreeable and kind and friendly and like willing to help everyone. And I'm like, oh, I can see how showing up like that really sets up a life so that there isn't like much conflict or like tension with other people. And the cost of that is like me. Because I'm not speaking my truth. I'm not saying what I want. I'm not setting boundaries. I'm not saying no to people. I'm not having opinions. So I get to be like this vanilla person, this plain whatever person. And I'm like, wow, fuck that shit. Like, I get that it served me incredibly well. I get that it served the shit out of me when I was younger, and I probably needed that for many big and important reasons. And right now, I'm like a no to that. I'm like a no, bro. And I love you, and I welcome you, and I see you, and I see how strong you're working to keep me safe. And let me break it to you, there's nothing to keep safe anymore. Like, it's all good. Like, it's okay. And I've been setting boundaries, and I've been telling no to people. And to my surprise, people are like, I love your boundaries. I can't wait for you to give me another boundary. I'm celebrating your boundary. I'm inspired by your boundaries. So I'm having this like cognitive dissonance of like my mind created like these these beliefs about reality to keep me safe. So beliefs become authority. I behave in accordance to those beliefs. And now that I'm like, wait a minute. What? Hold on. And I'm like, what happens if I act out of alignment with this limiting belief and I actually speak my truth? And then the feedback that I'm getting is like, you're awesome, has really been fucking with me in a great way. Because now, like, my stories are not making sense with like the data that I'm getting. And I'm like, wow, I don't want to be a Mr. Nice Guy anymore. And like the alternative is like, I may polarize people. And some people may not like me, and some people may not want to be with me, and some people may say, that's not the kind of person that I want to be hanging out with. And that's okay. And I'm noticing that I now have the strength to be able to face that, and to be able to face a rejection, and to be able to be with someone who doesn't want to be with me, and for me to be totally okay, because I'm not making them the authority of whether I'm good enough or not. Like, I'm not using them as the, am I winning or am I not winning? Which was the thing that I was using. Like, oh, I'm winning if everybody's okay with me. The more people can be okay with me, then I'm winning. And now it's like, no. Now it's like, no, am I aligned with my truth? Am I speaking my emotions? Am I holding my boundaries? That's now winning. So I love that you're putting this frame of like what winning and losing now feels at our points in life. And it's, dude, let's fucking win, man.
I want to name that I'm not perfect. Not perfect. I'm not even like I still do it all the time. I still look at this camera and like the first response I have when I look at it is like how do I like it's not how do I win anymore. It's like what do I want to say? And then there's like a checking the want, like checking whether it's good enough. It still shows up in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like it is cool to be able to see the pattern. And then in the act of seeing the pattern, awareness takes care of itself.
Yeah. All right. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. What are the parts of the pattern?
For me,
Yeah.
hmm, the first part of the pattern is like I have a limiting belief that I don't know what to say. I don't know how to express. I don't like it's like I don't know what to say. Like that's like the first thing that comes to mind.
Mhm.
And then if I buy into that, the second thing is like, okay, then what do I have to say to win? What do I have to say to get approval? And then if I have an external source like a person, then it's like, okay, how can I make this person happy? Maybe
Mm.
is like the third step of the pattern. And then it's like, okay, how what do I need to say so that this person shows interest in me, is interested, is like likes me or whatever. That's like the fourth step of the pattern. And then it's like, okay, now I know what to say because I've created this constraint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I've noticed the opposite, which is like, if I don't believe that I don't know what to say and I've already approved what I of myself, then the next step is like just my gut talks. My brain is like, what the fuck am I saying? And it's always really funny or fun or like it's I say the thing that's most enjoyable for me.
Mm.
And then the other person sometimes gets value out of it, sometimes doesn't get value out of it, but I always enjoy myself.
Wow. So it's like internal resource of enjoyment.
Yeah.
How do you catch yourself? Like what the limiting belief shows up? How do you catch yourself from not buying into it?
How do I catch myself? Well, if I, in any point, like right now, I'm speaking, and in the act of speaking, I feel like I have something valuable to say.
Mm.
But if I'm not speaking, if I have like just sidestepped the speaking, then I'm bought in. So it is generally like that's the first step is like whether the doubt is still in my mind. Um, and then what I usually notice if I don't say the thing versus when I do say the thing. It's like if I want to record a video and I don't go ahead and do it, then I've bought in basically. If I don't ask the person out or if I don't talk with this person when I want to or don't go into this interaction when I want to, I've bought in. So like whenever I don't do what I want, I've bought in is basically my current measure, which is why when I initially talked about it, it's like winning is like how much the new measure of winning for me is like how much I do what I want is like the way that I'm looking at it. It's like, do I let my wants pull me or do I shut down my wants because some something?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is fascinating. So the want shows up and it's either you follow through on it or not. And in the not following through, you become aware that you've bought into something.
Yeah. And it might be a different pattern than like
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
people, but what I've noticed is like every time I don't follow through with my want, I've bought into some limiting belief.
yeah, yeah. Wow. What do you think makes it so that not just you, but people in general don't follow through on their wants? Like like from a rational point of view, it doesn't make sense that we wouldn't follow through on what we want because it is what we want. Like, why would we not follow through on that? So like, what the fuck is going on there?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know rationally. I can talk about my experience.
Yeah,
Like, I recorded a video, I didn't upload it, like a second video from my YouTube channel. But my experience recording that video was like, it was all over the place and messy, which is why I didn't upload it. But I want to record a different version of the same video. And when like, there's so much excitement in the idea of recording video
yeah.
that like, it almost feels like the emotion like overwhelms me and like my sense of self can't exist. Like it just like there's so much excitement that I just disappear. Um, which is the feeling of like you're walking onto like maybe stage fright. Like you're so excited to go on stage that you like forget everything you want to say.
Mm,
And then there's like the second piece of like that can be okay. And then the next time there's probably going to be less excitement because I metabolize some of it and
mm,
less excitement after that. But like the identity that's dying in the act of being in the excitement is probably also the identity of like I can't make videos. But it is an identity death. There is like a fear there, and me avoiding the excitement, also avoiding the fear of this like ego death of like this transformation that's gonna happen, is trying to like save my ass, like trying to save my current identities. So it feels like my experience of it has been that like there's some identity that I'm holding on to basically when I don't
mm,
follow a want, um, or an emotion that's too overwhelming, or just shame. There's like something there of like this area of my life. that my want is currently trying to go into is something that I've never allowed myself to have. And in the act of going there, the identity of I'm not allowed to do this is gonna die. And something about that is just really terrifying.
Wow. Holy shit. So what I'm getting is there's like there's this model of reality that you're holding, and it's filled with boundaries, and whenever a want takes you outside of that, then the boundaries get activated, and it's like, no, I'm not the person that records videos, or I'm not the person that asks the women out, or whatever, because it's that side of like the world that you've constructed to know.
Yeah.
So wants are basically blowing our shit up.
Yeah. The wants are, you follow your wants and all your identity goes away.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So it's like wants are like the kryptonite of identity.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, wonderful, man. I mean, I guess it's cool to say wonderful now. I know that when we're in it, it's not that wonderful.
What's coming up is like, in addition to that, like there is a grief once you are on the other side, right? It's like, I've spent my whole life saying I can't do this thing and I could just do this thing. And then there's like this like huge amount of grief. And I think there's also a fear of that, like fear of the grief.
Yeah,
But the grief is quite nice if you really allow yourself to feel it.
yeah. Mm. So what's the relationship that you want to have with the parts of you that are afraid of your wants?
It's like, of course you're afraid.
Yeah. Hmm.
Of course. You don't know what's gonna happen on the other side. Who wouldn't be afraid of jumping off a cliff when they don't even know what the end is, the bottom is?
Yeah. Hmm. It's such a beautiful thing to be in connection with ourselves, right? With like both the want and the fear and everything in between.
Mm.
Hmm. How does connection feel for you? It feels great. Sometimes it feels shit. Sometimes it feels amazing. Sometimes, I don't know. It's like connection. What is connection? Like, I feel like connection is what you feel when you accept things as they are and you're Hmm.
like truly
Hmm.
welcome what your experience is. It's like I feel connected to my experience means I am welcoming my experience. I am allowing myself to connect to my experience. So the experience might be awful and the connection might be strong, or the experience might be amazing and the connection might be weak. But I feel like the connection
Hmm.
itself, like the feeling of being connected is like the rawness to reality, this like how open am I to the current experience I'm having?
Hmm. What's connecting to what?
Everything to itself? I don't know.
Because, like, in my experience, it does feel like there is a me connecting with everything else. And everything else can be you, the screen, the camera, the weather, the water, the keyboard, my emotions, my thoughts. It's like every possible phenomena of experience. And like the question that is like I'm with right now is like, wait a minute, how come there's a me somewhere that can connect with other things? Like it's like, to me, the word connection assumes that there are two things that are disconnected and they can connect. And I'm like, what makes that true? Strange.
Yeah. The question that comes to mind is like, when you feel disconnected, who feels disconnected?
Yeah. Yeah. And like flipping it around, like when I'm feeling connected, like, is there a me that's feeling connected, or is it just like, there's just experience? So here's a curveball, maybe. I was hanging out with some people yesterday and I'm like, wow, I'm feeling really connected with them. And there's some shame in what I'm about to say, which means that I'm making me bad for it. I haven't really learned how to connect, at least not consciously. I feel that it's happened like by chance or by accident or randomly. And it's only until the last few days that I'm like asking myself the question that now seems so obvious to like duh, of course, but I didn't have it before. And it's like, oh, how connected do I feel to you right now? And just that question alone does something to my consciousness where I'm like, oh, and I'm like, I'm paying attention in a different way. And I'm like, I'm hanging out with you in a different way when I ask that question. Now, I'm pretty sure I've gotten to that same destination in some other ways. And this question just like really takes me there. And I'm noticing that when I'm not in that place where that question takes me, there's like some analyzing, there's some commentary, there is some meta process happening about what's actually occurring in the present moment. And when I'm in that mode, I feel much less connected to what's occurring. And I'm like, I may like want to manage you. I may want to lead you down these specific questions so that I can get you to this place that I think is best for you. And like, I'm like playing God with your life as if I know better. And I'm like, oh, that's the experience of being disconnected. Whoa. And now I'm becoming curious about that experience. And I'm like, oh, what's that about? And I'm sure it's not evil or inherently bad. So what's the purpose of that ability? And now I'm learning that like, oh, don't use that when I'm hanging out with people because I feel disconnected and I want to feel connected. So it's been cool playing with this other place that I go, which leads me to feel disconnected.
You said God ability? What do you mean?
Yeah. It's like I'm like when I'm playing God, it's like, oh, Samek, like, dude, you should totally read this book for this thing that you're going through because like I know what's better for your life, right? So when I say I'm playing God, I mean like I assume that I'm more intelligent and more powerful and more wise and like I know what's best for you. That says a lot about what I think about God. So that's what I mean about that.
Got it. Yeah. How much do you play God with yourself?
What happens when I open myself up to that question? Yeah, there's a bracing. There's like, I don't want to like go there. I don't want to admit it. I don't want, It's like I don't know if you've ever fuck it. Yeah, dude, all the time. All the time. It's pretty harsh. Very often. Very often. Yeah. And I don't like it because over the course of the years I've realized that where that leads me is feeling obligated, resentful, feeling like my life is work, feeling frustrated, feeling disconnected from myself,
Yeah.
feeling like I have no agency and like the things that I'm doing don't feel alive. They feel like I'm living someone else's life. Not fun. Yeah. You know, this whole inner work is like an acquired taste. I'm enjoying the discomfort of looking at this right now, knowing that a part of me is like, ugh.
I feel like this the like seeking approval externally thing is like for me directly tied to like the part of me that's like playing, for some reason it feels like I'm playing God for other people in that as well, of like I will, I don't know, there's something in it, like it makes me feel disconnected when I am people pleasing and I'm trying to win approval, because I'm not being myself. And it feels like there's a playing God in it, as in like I'm not trusting my experience of like how I want to show up. And it's like I want to, I'm like I'm doing some fucking manipulation shit. Um and I don't want to do that. Like, that's not how I want to show up with the world. And looking at it is incredibly uncomfortable. Ah!
I'm with you in the shit in this moment. So here's let's raise the shit level. I'm realizing that when I say I'm playing God, what I'm really saying is, oh, I have these idealized idea of what perfection is, and I'm gonna superimpose that idealized idea of perfection over myself or the other person. So what I'm really saying is like, oh, I'm holding myself to some who knows from where coming version of perfection, which is crap and causes so much suffering. So what I'm really saying is like, I'm really playing devil
You're
with
not playing
myself.
God, you're playing
I'm
devil.
playing devil, bro, and I'm calling it God as a way to permission myself to do it because, like, oh, you know, God is like all loving and powerful. So, like, and I'm like, no, bro, you're fucking like playing devil, man.
That's scary. I play devil all
Yeah,
the time. It's quite fun sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
It's my
And,
humanity, really.
and for me, what I'm really saying is like, I'm just deceiving myself and I'm deceiving other people,
Yeah,
and that has an awful taste inside of me.
yeah. Ah,
Oh, it's feeling intense, especially my abdomen. I'm getting really hot temperature wise. Woo! Yeah. I literally feel like I'm holding myself to the fire right now and like parts of me are burning. Wow. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry to myself for playing the role of the devil with myself. Oh. Wow. In reality, I just been really afraid of of just trusting myself, man. Of just trusting the unfoldment of my life. And it's scary to trust that because, like, I don't know where it's going. And many times it doesn't make sense. Many times it's confusing. Many times it's ambiguous and volatile, changing, uncertain. And, like, I want to have, like, a modicum of predictability and control. So I, like, superimpose all these borrowed ideas from other people that sound really cool. But guess what? They're not for me.
What just came up in my system was fuck you. I don't want to look at this.
I love you too, man. I know it's uncomfortable, yeah.
Mm. I feel like it keeps happening at different layers of like, I think I know what's best for me. And then the universe is like, you don't. The
Literally.
universe knows what's best for you. And I'm like, but I have a simulated version of the universe in my head, and the simulated version of the universe in my head says that this is best for me. Let me play devil. Let me play God.
Yeah, then the universe sends a software update overnight. The system crashes.
You're just 404.
Yeah. Or cry or fear or anger or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I had this really fun insight yesterday that I sent to a friend, which is like it's basically like the predictive processing model of the brain, which says like, oh, everything I'm experiencing right now, I'm seeing you, I'm seeing this like setup I have, but all of this is a controlled hallucination. Like everything I'm experiencing, the universe I experience is a controlled hallucination that my brain creates with all the sensory information that I've had from my senses that's like actually in touch with the external world that I can never actually be directly in touch with. Um, and in this controlled hallucination, the model of the world that I experience is based on every experience that my brain has been trained on since I was born. So the universe is actually just already a simulation of my brain's creation that's in service for my growth and survival. And the simulated universe in this like actual universe that my brain is creating is like a 8-bit version of the thing that's already happening. And in the act of not trusting the universe, which is like the experience I'm having, what I'm basically saying is I don't trust myself. Because I don't trust all the experience I've had until now that's creating the world that's currently being lived in by me. Because the world that I'm experiencing is always in service of me because I created it. And I've been creating it since I was born because that's the only way I can live is through this simulated universe that my brain creates based on all the information, sensory informational, relational information that I have experienced so far. So if I don't play God, God is being played through me because this is all me and it's never not been me.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable to hear that.
I know.
Yeah, and what makes it uncomfortable is like, yeah, I get it. And I do it too. And I'm not trusting myself. And I'm basically saying, you as in reality universe, you don't know what's best for me. Go fuck yourself. I know what's best, so I'm going to make it happen. And in doing that, what I'm really saying is like, fuck you, get away from me. I don't want you to be with me. And then I feel alone and disconnected, left with a life that I need to like live on my own. That sucks so much. So what's the alternative? What's the antidote?
What's the antidote?
Oh,
I think it's just seeing what you do it. That's my, I don't know.
yeah,
I feel like we keep pointing to the same thing. It's like, oh,
yeah.
this is how I am creating separation right now. This is how I am disconnecting from everything
Uh,
and just looking at it.
wow, dude. I'm feeling really sad right now because it doesn't have to be like that. Like I've convinced myself that there's no other way, and that's what like I've carried this lone wolf pattern story situation, and it's been at least 4 months that like it's been really eroding, like at a fast rate. And I feel such an appetite to connect with other people and do things with other people, and like doing things on my own feels like boring now. And like I haven't like stopped to consider what's happening. And like this conversation is like really shining a light on like, oh, I've been like unconsciously ceasing to believe that I'm disconnected and a lone wolf. And that what's actually true is that I'm in connection with everything that's happening around me, animate or inanimate. And that feeling in connection with things is just so much more enjoyable. Like it's incomparable to like feeling disconnected and alone. Oh, I feel like I'm really touching on like a core like behavior pattern right now. And it feels tough, like to hold myself accountable and like say I don't want to do that anymore. And I know that it's me generating that experience for myself in some way that I'm starting to understand. What feels raw is setting a boundary with myself and being like, that doesn't work for me. I love you, and I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm a no to that. And it's like, uh, uh, yeah. The more I explore the experience of connection, the more I get to explore the experience of disconnection. It's a both and the experience of disconnection is, by definition, pretty lonely. Uh, uh, uh.
As you were like describing that, I had like visuals of every place where I get connection. And then like this like feeling of like a really, really scared little boy
Uh,
that just like I'm really scared
mm,
to go there.
yeah. Oh, something really tender is coming up for me, and you saying that, and it's like I didn't have the skin to be in the world. I didn't have the skin to hold my power, to hold my boundaries, to have my opinions, to face conflict. to say no to bullies, to say no to saviors, to say no to victims, and like choose otherwise. And because I didn't have a skin for any of that, like the only option was to just like blend with the environment and lose myself in the process. And now that I'm developing a skin and I'm able to take the heat of the friction that's inevitably going to show up when I show up as myself in the world, it's like, oh, of course I want to go connect with people. I now feel safe to do so. I now feel safe that I'm not going to get blown up. I now feel safe that I'm not going to just blend with everyone and lose myself. And this is such a paradox that I'm running into. It's like, thanks to me having a thick enough skin and boundary around me, I get to feel in connection with the world. Which is like, a part of me is like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? You're saying that connection is like being one with things, but you're saying that you need to have a boundary to do that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm having like a mental orgasm right now.
I feel like I keep learning this lesson deeper and deeper,
Which one
which is like,
specifically?
it's like when I was doing the camera thing yesterday, which is like in the act of not looking for approval from the camera, I get to show up in the camera because I'm no longer blending with the camera, no longer blending with the audience. I'm just like, hey, this is me. You like it? You don't like it? That's on you. On me, I just get to show up how I want. Um, and it's just like different versions of that. Like the more I'm not caretaking, the more I'm not merging with the external world, the less afraid I am of the external world. It's like, oh, I got to show up as myself. I can die happy, even if I die showing up as myself.
I'm a full body yes to what you just said, man.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like I need to like individualize myself so that I can go and just be myself all over the place. And that's how I get to feel connected with others. It's like what I'm learning now is like connection is not merger. Connection is something different. Connection is not merger. And now I'm like, how do I connect? If I'm not merging with the thing or the person, then like, how do I connect? Like, that's breaking my head right now. It's like, well, how does it work? Oh, so like when I connect with this thing physically, like I'm in connection with it. I'm feeling it. It's in my hands.
Mm.
And I'm not merging with it. Like it's very clear that the bottle still has its boundaries and my hand still has its boundaries and my hand is not going into the bottle and the bottle isn't going into my hand.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, dude. So what's clicking for me now is that connection is more about contact. And it's like me making contact with X, Y, Z, not like attempting to like penetrate or merge or like go inside of the thing. Oh, so there's both a respect of my boundaries and the other person's boundaries. Wow, dude. Ah,
How do you want to make contact with the world?
yeah, dude. I just want to meet everything exactly where it is. Uh, which is such the antithesis of playing God or playing devil. Because like when I'm in that, I know I'm not meeting things where they're at. I'm like, no, you're not where you're at. You're supposed to be over here. Let me take you. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. Wow.
I feel like I'm falling.
From where?
I just feel like I'm falling right now. Like there's like a scream in my gut. And I'm just like, ah, ah.
I'm feeling envious. Wow. How fast are you falling?
I don't know if I'm fall like it's like the feeling is like, are you flying or are you falling? Because there's
Ooh,
no speed. There's just like this like descent.
I'm really curious, like what sensations are you experiencing?
All of it. Like I'm trying to explain. It's like I'm falling into the moment over and over again. Like I'm falling into now and I'm falling into now and I'm falling into now and I'm falling into now.
Uh, I'm being
And
hit
it's
with.
like I'm like almost like am I gonna die now? Am I gonna die now? Am I gonna die now? And just like falling.
I'm picturing this endless waterfall. Ugh. I feel
And then
on
like the
drugs
part of
right
my
now.
brain that's like trying to figure out the future is like I don't want to go there. I want to go here. And then I get confused because I'm like, if I'm here, but there's not really confusion. It's just like, what does this part do now? What's the job? What's my job if I'm not planning my future?
What do you want your job to be?
To be in service of connection,
What does that look like?
by showing up connected. It's almost like when I'm showing up with people, I want to show up fully. And then when I want to think about the future, I want to show up fully.
Uh,
And I want to, like, I don't want to mix those two up.
mm, 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 mm.
And I don't want to lose myself in like either tasks. Like planning for the future is done while planning. Interacting with people is done while like it's just this, it's just this. It's just this.
I can't help but see that there's a parallel with boundaries. It's like when I'm planning, and when I'm connecting with people in conversation, I'm doing that. Maybe
Yeah.
the conversation is about planning and we're aligned. Yeah. Like it's like being more clear with what's what and what's not internally, which is such an art since it's ephemeral and like ungraspable. More like I don't know what the word is. Like I don't have in my brain the planning thing and the this thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is this and this is that. No, I need to like. I wish I had the word for it.
Well, the idea that's coming into my head is like differentiation, individuation, like those words, and also like interdependence. Like sometimes we act independent of everything and everyone, like disconnected, because that's the only way we know how to have our sense of self. And then other times we're like, what is it called? Merged, codependent with everything and everyone, because something about that is the only way we can feel connected. Um, and then there's like this like other thing, which is like you have individuated, but you're in the world, but of not of the world. Like you're interdependent with the world. Like I am my own person, and I'm always gonna be my own person, but I am showing up with the world, alongside the world, in contact, but not in in the world, not separate from the world, but like in
Yeah.
contact, that idea is coming up to my mind as I think about this further.
Hmm.
And it's not only like it's like the thinking about the future can differentiate from connecting, can differentiate like it feels fractal in nature. The idea feels fractal.
Hmm.
Like my parts, my separate senses of selves can differentiate between each other. The tasks of my brain can differentiate. The tasks that I'm doing can differentiate so that like when one is happening, it is happening. And that is the only thing that's happening. And it is interdependent with the other things, as in like it's like the planning is in service of me being present, but they're separate tasks. But they're both independent and interdependent, as in they allow the other to happen with more with like with cleaner, I don't know, with with more of an impact. I don't know. Like there's a word there, like
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it to you.
So what's coming up is like there's a Play-Doh experience, which is codependent, right? You're merged with everything, and it's just this big like agglomeration.
Yeah,
Then there's the independent, and you're like on your own island. And then there's like the Lego set. And like every Lego is clearly itself and it's not merged with anything else. The boundaries are stupid clear and it like clicks really well with everything around it. And together they form whatever it is that they're forming. And like that's now inviting me to ask myself at any moment, like, oh, where am I? Am I in Play-Doh mode? Ah, fuck. Am I in lone wolf mode? And like, or am I in Lego mode and like holding the different things that we're playing with without like merging them together, just like having them fit and work in connection.
it's almost like it's hard to play alone, and it's hard to play when you are pleasing other people. You can only play when you're listening to your wants, and then Lego mode is like learning to play,
Exactly. Without
like
you
you're
losing your Lego-ness.
what?
Without losing your Lego-ness.
Yeah, yeah. You're like looking for new blocks, you know? You're like it's like this skill is this person is one Lego piece, another Lego piece, another Lego piece. I need more. I want more Lego pieces, and you're just like creating your life, and it's just like this playful heaven.
Woo! In the spirit of not losing my Lego-ness, I'm noticing that I am reaching the capacity of my system in this moment. And I find this metaphor such a beautiful place to end it and a beautiful experiment to give to myself until we meet again. It's like, all right, how'd it go? How'd it go noticing when I'm in Play-Doh mode, Lego mode, or Lone Wolf mode? And like what happens in just the awareness of it. Um, so that's what I'll be fucking around with.
Big loves. Thank you everyone for watching. The 15th episode of Exploring Aliveness, where we explored I don't even know what we explored.
Let's just call it connection for now.
Yeah. Connecting, contact, Legos, and everything in between.
Oh.
Big loves. See ya.